Yo, hello and welcome guys. Let's take a look at Bitcoin today. So if you've been watching the previous videos, you know that after Bitcoin swept the last liquidity level at 72,000 US dollars, we opened a short position at 71.4 thousand with a tight stop loss above the high. We took profits on the way down and made it risk-free, and now look at where we are. Bitcoin came all the way down and hit this liquidity level at 65.5 thousand US dollars to the exact dollar. Bounced off it and is now trading right at the value area low of the fixed range volume profile. This was the first big target that we've been calling for a while now, and it played out perfectly. It was the first big target, but not the last one. Ultimately, we were targeting the very low of this entire range at around 60,000 US dollars. And if we take the fib extension and drag it from this top right here to this bottom and then back up to the very top of the range, what you're going to see is that the 1.618 fib extension is lining up exactly with that level. So the range low, the liquidity down there, and the 1.618 fib extension all pointing to the same area around 60,000 US dollars. And that's exactly why both shorts are still partially open, on Bitcoin and also on Ethereum. Both still in a very nice profit. And as we've been saying throughout these videos, when you have that many levels lining up to the same spot, that's a level you want to pay attention to. Now I have something interesting to show you. But before that, if you guys are finding this helpful, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next one. Alright, let's get back to the video. We did say that we were looking for some kind of a reaction around these levels, and we did get it. But I'm thinking a bit bigger. One that could catch a little bit of hype before Bitcoin gets rejected and heads lower. So let me show you. The liquidity level at 65.5 thousand US dollars already got hit, and that could be a great entry for a long. So if any of you manage to get in there, good. But there is also one more liquidity level a bit lower that in my opinion also has a high probability of being swept. And I'm talking about this one at 65,000 US dollars. Honestly, I did manage to enter at 65.5 thousand US dollars, even though I had a plan. But I will try not to miss the $65,000 if it gets offered. And don't get me wrong, that doesn't mean that $65.5 thousand is a bad entry. Far from that. I would gladly take that, which I missed unfortunately, as the first entry, and $65,000 as the second entry. Hopefully. Now, as for the target of this potential bounce, let me show you something right here. There is one level where Bitcoin got many reactions from. If you look at the chart, you can count 6 reactions of this one level. And it aligns perfectly with, you guessed it right, the golden pocket, the 618 to 65 fib zone, coming in at around 69.5 thousand US dollars. So that would be the main target, and there is also a daily level on the way up that we got to pay attention to as well. As for the stop loss, if Bitcoin goes anything below this low right here, in my opinion, it should go lower from there. So that's definitely where I would cut the loss and look for another setup, and just let the shorts that I still got open run further down. And another thing, if we open up the liquidation heat map, you'll see that the single biggest liquidation level right now lies to the upside at around 72,000 US dollars, with over 337 million in liquidation leverage sitting there. Now that doesn't mean that level has to be hit, but it definitely does attract market makers higher, and this supports the idea of a potential bounce from these levels before we head lower again. So that's where we are right now. The first big target got hit to the exact dollar, both shorts still partially open and in profit. And now I'm looking for a potential long setup around these levels with a target at the golden pocket around 69.5 thousand US dollars. But don't forget, the bigger picture is still bearish, and we are ultimately targeting the range low at 60,000 US dollars. As always, this is not financial advice, manage your risk. Let me know in the comments what you guys think, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.